What's going on, everyone? Today is an exciting day because we've got a little brew with Dedra Miro here. We're gonna see if this 4 to deploy leader do some janky things with it and see if there's actually a possibility of making her work. Now, I will say this is very preemptive, but I was just too excited not to try. And I do think double red, especially if we get some more, officials and such in the situation, I think we could do some cool stuff. But for today, I wanted to play with Dedra green because there's actually already quite a few cards that I think work pretty exceptionally with Dedra. And of course, we're playing Command Villainy. We've got Overwhelming Barrage. So with that said, a big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. Before we dive in, what does Dedra Miro even do? We have this action to pay 1, choose an enemy unit, its controller may deal 2 damage to it, and if they don't, you get to draw a card. Now, she deploys for 4 as a 2/5 with raid 2 if you have more cards than your opponent. So the entire idea here is to potentially, draw or make them discard to try and get a 4 to deploy 4 powered attacker in the leader slot, which is really incredible. And so we went with command today because there's a couple different ways that you can kind of shake the imbalance. First off is making them discard. Well, we've got things like Cyril Karn to either deal damage or make them discard. We've got things like Admiral Ozzel. When he dies, it makes people discard. We've got things like Agent Callus to attack and maybe draw a card for us. Obviously, Dedra's ability in general makes us draw cards if they choose to. We've got Pillage to make people discard. But then the other portion of it, and I think this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, is actually to use our resources. And what I mean by that is Masamita, Unveiled Might, or Palpatine all have plot. Now, Palpatine comes down. You can use Dedra's action the same turn Dedra comes in and play Palpatine, and you're going to get a 2/2 plus 2 0/2s with Sentinel alongside Dedra. And again, because we're playing it from our resource pile, we're probably going to have just one more card from our opponent, which gives us raid 2. Masamita comes down, same thing with the plot. Can't use her action, but it is a 4 to deploy 3/4 that gives Dedra an experience token, as well as another official if we have it. We have Admiral Ozzel, Cyril Karn. Really, it's just one unit that gives, our Dedra an experience token, which is not bad. And Unveiled Might, which comes in and just gives +2/+3 to Dedra. Just straight up, you play it from a resource, boom, you get some immediate value. It becomes a 4/8 with raid 2. That's 6 damage every single turn. That's kind of obnoxious to deal with. So maybe that's going to do some work. We've got Deathmark to draw some extra cards. We've got some smuggle options as well, like Armed to the Teeth to, smuggle out the same turn to, again, go with that same thing like Plot does. We got a little bit of removal like Open Fire and Overwhelming Barrage. We are playing ECL, and I do think there are 2 really powerful ECL targets in this deck. First off is Vice Admiral Rampart, a 3/6 set. On attack, if you disclose double command and villainy, you're going to be able to go ahead and give an experience token to 2 units, which is pretty nice. And Steadfast Battalion. I haven't played this card in a long time, but I actually think it's pretty good here. Just ambush is a 7/7 overwhelm if you have a leader unit, which is really nice. And we're going to have a leader unit because she's 4 to deploy, which we're just going to kind of curve into Steadfast Battalion. So hopefully we're going to be able to do some stuff. I know this is kind of a crazy brew. Like, what are we actually doing here? Like, this seems a little jank. But, between all of this and then the little bit of cheese that we can get with Arinda Price and Ruthless Raider, Arinda Price coming down, defeating an ally unit and dealing 4 to enemy base. Maybe if we could do some work there, play Ruthless Raider, next turn Arinda Price it, get 6 damage to a base, like finish it off that way. I don't know. We're going to see if we can do some silly things today and hopefully get some wins just by being pretty aggressive. Let's not waste any more time and dive right into it. Alrighty, into our very first game here up against Kylo Tarkin Town. Kind of obnoxious one to go up against here to start out. I'm going to mulligan this first one, and honestly, seems like a pretty reasonable hand. Resource the Palp, resource the Masamita. That's kind of what they're there for. I'm not sure if my opponent's playing Force Throw. We are in kind of like this open format. So even though Force Throw is banned, technically, you could still technically play it based on what I'm seeing or what I'm choosing to enter into here in terms of, the format that I'm playing in on Karabast. I'm not even going to worry about it. They happen to have MiGs turn 1. You know, I mean, what can you really do? You know, sometimes your opponent just has it. They just have it. They've got the turn 1 MiGs, discard, kill the Ozzel. I mean, the Cyril. You just get it sometimes, you know? And I don't really want to pass because I think that's pretty unfavorable. If I pass, my opponent uses a Kylo action. It's just not good for us. You know, it's just not good for us. Let's just go ahead and see what my opponent's got here. I mean, we have... let's just start with an action. We'll start with Dedra's action, see if they want to allow us to draw a card. If they do, great. I'm probably going to ECL HK right now. I need to get rid of this Migs. Migs is just a nightmare card. It is just a nightmare card. Let's go ECL HK, kill off the Migs. I just have to get rid of Migs. Migs is just like a dumb card. It's just a dumb card. It is what it is. Yeah, and they have Force Throw. So they are playing Force Throw. They are playing kind of the ban cards. They're playing like traditional Kylo Red. You know, I'm not really expecting to come out ahead all that often up against this deck, but I mean, we are certainly going to try. Let's resource the open fire. I mean, we can go Masamita. I think I'll just start with an action on the Secretive Sage, and we'll see where my opponent goes from here. Let's see if they decide to take the damage onto their Secretive Sage. I'm going to deploy Dedra, and I will go ahead and just put the Palpatine into play. Yeah, so we're going to get a bunch of units here, which is pretty nice. It is pretty nice. We'll see if my opponent has another Force Throw. They're going to Force Throw us again. Sure. You know, we'll get rid of the Ryloth Malicious. They've had double Force Throw. I mean, you know, sometimes your opponent just got double Force Throw. Calm down. They're going to knock out Palpatine. We're going to hit in for 4 here. We obviously have more cards than our opponent. They've got a MiGs part 2. What a crazy hand. Oh my gosh, it is insane. We just drew a great card though. We're gonna go Overwhelming Barrage here. That was an incredible draw. We're just gonna knock out MiGs and the Secretive Sage, and we're gonna still have you know, our units are more cards than our opponent in hand, which is really, really nice. They're gonna pillage. All right, sure, we'll take out these 2 cards. So my opponent kind of going to town here. We're gonna lose raid, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. Resource the open fire. Arinda Price looks pretty good. I mean, that can kind of sneak in some damage, surprisingly. Let's just get in with the spy tokens. Man, are we going to fight through double Force Throw MiG, double MiGs Mayfeld? I mean, that's crazy, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is just a win. This is just a win. We got Arinda Price, you know. I mean, I don't know how my opponent wins. I mean, I know I could have played the Ruthless Raider, but I'm just going to play the Arinda Price, because if they play Kylo here, I just attack into it, defeat a unit, and then I win the game. Like, I don't know how my opponent deals with that. Like, Ruthless Raider, I guess if I had known I was going to draw Ruthless Raider, I would have just played another Ruthless Raider. But yeah, I mean, I just play Arinda Price because I can, you know, have it be defeated immediately and win the game. So that's what I'm going to do. Attack, defeat, boom, GG. All right. Well, honestly, I mean, that was a crazy game. We fought through double MiGs, double Force Throw. Not that they were particularly good, but I mean, honestly, Dedra's actually did some work. I cannot believe we just took down Kylo Tarka Town, to be honest. That ECL HK, I mean, honestly, the Palp deploy, that was incredible. That was incredible. I just got 3 bodies for 3 resources. Plus, you know, I didn't lose a card in here, which means I got to get in for 4. I mean, that is exactly how we wanted the game to go. Alrighty, into game number 2, we got a droid manufactory deck on the opposing side of the battlefield. Probably, probably a deck that is, ooh, I think I resourced probably both death marks here. Probably a deck that is running Unity of Purpose. I would be very surprised to see anything else. Palpatine could go to the resource pile. We're just going to immediately get an attack in with Pride. If my opponent wants to take the full 4, I'm happy with that. If they want to defeat one of their units, I'm okay with that as well. We're just going to go with Admiral Ozzel here. I know that we could go Grand Inquisitor, but I mean, honestly, you know, this is essentially, we did 3 damage to them. They did 3 damage to us, but we're left with a 2-3 Pride, which is crazy good compared to their 1-1. So overall, very good for us. Vanguard Infantry. Okay. Yeah, don't like that all that much. Yeah, I think we'll just go Admiral Ozzel here. I mean, Overwhelming Barrage is going to be really good. I'm just going to attack with the Ozzel to start off. Mainly because they're going to have to attack with Vanguard Infantry into Oslo, make themselves discard a card, get an experience token over on something, which is going to be pretty good, no doubt. Like, that is a good combination of stuff going on. They got Jar Jar here. Okay, we're going to attack in with the Pride here. I mean, I have the Palp deploy if I want it, which is nice. Okay. Do I just go Grand Inquisitor here? I think I'll do 2 damage to the Confederate Courier. I'm doing this because I have plenty of actions to use up here. Okay, we're going to draw a card. I'm going to play an ISB shuttle. Really, really awesome card, by the way. All right, we're going to get a bunch of spies down. This is a crazy game, by the way. This is an absolutely insane game. All right, we'll pass. Agent Callus, I mean... This is a crazy game. It's just a crazy game. They've got Wat Tambor. They're going to deploy. They've got Jar Jar Binks. That is awesome, by the way. That is absolutely awesome. We're going to go Overwhelming Barrage on Dedra, and we're going to go 2, 1, 1, I suppose. Just knock out a couple units. They probably have Unity of Purpose, but our goal here is just to win the game. Like, that is our goal right now. So I'm just going to attack with Dedra, because that's lethal next turn. So they kind of have to claim initiative here, but they can't. I mean, once again, I have lethal on board right now. GG. That was not particularly close. My opponent loved the strategy, by the way. The ISB shuttle, great addition. I've been looking at Wat Tambor myself. I think this is a very, very cool deck. I think Vanguard Infantry, Jar Jar Binks, like that type of stuff is really, really awesome. Pride kind of and Overwhelming Barrage just kind of carried that game. And Dedra early deploy, right? 4 deploy leader, getting in for 4 immediately, and then 4 for the next turn. I mean, that was just good. That was just good. And Palpatine deploy both games. I mean, that has been the critical factor. Great stuff there. Alrighty, we got ourselves a battle against Leia Tarkintown. I mean, this hand is pretty bad. I'm going to mulligan it. We've got a lot of 2-drops in the deck. I mean, it is likely for us to pick up at least 1. HK, great. We got the Ozzel, great. I'm going to keep it. Arinda Price, honestly, I don't know if this is really the matchup for it, so I'm going to just resource that. Callus could be okay. Really, our strength here is that we have ECL, which is really good. They have Tarkintown, but I think ECL in this matchup in particular is going to be a little bit more powerful. If they had a way to immediately trigger the ECL, I think I'd be a little bit more scared, but usually Leia Red, I mean, they could have Daring Raids, of course, which is obviously good. All right, HK, Ozzel, we'll see where we go from here. Hoping to draw, honestly, a 2-drop. Open fire. Honestly, I think I'm just going to open fire. Knock out the A-Wing, prevent a little bit of damage, get a damage into base with the HK. Seems good to me. You know, just prevent the rebels from deploying. If they have like Fleet Lieutenant or Wing Leader, that it doesn't work anymore. They got Blue Leader. Okay, we're going to get in for 2. We'll pass. We got Overwhelming Barrage. Ooh, honestly, not a fantastic draw. I mean, I do get to use Dedra's action plus Ozzel, which isn't too bad. Who do I have as plot? What do I have as plot? Unveiled Might. Okay, so let's go with deal 2 damage to the Wing Leader. So they did have Wing Leader, and they get to go Blue Leader. Let's see if they want to get rid of the Wing Leader or if we're going to draw a card. They're going to allow us to draw a card. Okay, I think that makes sense. I'm going to attack in for 2 here. We're going to deploy Dedra, get in for 4 immediately. Get in for 4, play Ozzel, pass. Pillage, obviously a horrible card in this particular game. Overwhelming Barrage with Ozzel is pretty good. So I could have deployed Dedra and gone Armed to the Teeth, which would have gotten in for 4 extra points of damage immediately. Maybe that would have been the better play, to be honest. Now that I think about it, that probably would have been the better play. They're going to get in immediately with some attacks here, which makes sense. We're going to get in for 3 here. Then we're going to get in for 2. Wow, a second Blue Leader? They're going to defeat their other Blue Leader to do this? Or maybe they just forgot? Can't... I don't... that was just a mistake. They clearly forgot that Blue Leader was a unique unit. Okay, they're gonna claim. Sure. I'm just gonna go Overwhelming Barrage, go 1 and then 3, I guess, and just get in for 6, because that's gonna put lethal on the board. Yeah, it would have been close. I mean, if Blue Leader was their answer, it was pretty bad in that particular spot. But yeah, I think the open fire on turn 2 was really critical. They're clearly were playing around Wing Leader, and they played a Blue Leader on like a base board. I mean, 3/3, you know, it's not great. They're going to be able to get in for some damage here. I think we would have had a good chance regardless in this game. But yeah, I mean, obviously that was just a little mistake. They probably forgot it was a unique unit and then just defeated their own unit. So cool for us, I guess. Alrighty, we are lucky with the initiative today. Cyril Karn is good. We have no turn 2 play though. Can I keep this hand? Is that a reasonable play? Like the rest of the hand is bad. The rest of the hand's bad. Ugh. I'm gonna keep on the strength that I have a lot of 3 drops, I have a lot of 2 drops, and if I draw any one of them on turn 2, it's a good hand because I can use Dedra's action. And then not only that, Benthic 2 tubes and Rebellious Functionary. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go Masamida here. I will knock out the Benthic 2 tubes and I will reveal. And okay, we'll see if they decide to discard a card. They discarded a card immediately. Like, not even close. They just immediately discarded a card. All right, let's go and try to deal 2 to this Rebellious Functionary. I think I'll just play the Pride out, actually. We'll see, because if they Tarkin Town, we get to keep initiative. Okay. Vice Admiral Rampart. Ooh, wow. I mean, got a lot of options here. A lot of options. Cyril Karn doing some work. What are they? Knocked out Pride? Why did they kill Pride? I would have expected them 100% to just ignore the Pride. Are they going to discard a card here? Again, it's going to leave them with no cards in hand. For the most part. All right. What do I want to do here? I can deploy and go Masamida. I can just ECL out Vice Admiral Rampart, which would give an experience token to Dedra. I mean, honestly, I think I just deploy, plot onto Dedra, because this is going to give me the ability to knock out Sabine immediately if she were to deploy. We're going to pass. If they claim here, I'm totally okay with that, by the way. Totally okay with that. All right, we'll just knock out Cassian. That's fine with me. They can deploy Sabine and kill Dedra, and then we kill the Sabine, which is totally fine. Interesting. I would have not expected that from my opponent. Interesting. Okay. I mean, Palpatine... Wow, what do I want to do here? I got so many options. I think I just go Overwhelming Barrage. Knock out both units. I mean, this is like... They said GG. Yeah, my opponent got rid of so many cards in hand, they kind of had like nothing to play. Like, I'm sitting here... Cyril Karn did so much work this game. I'm not really sure... what I could have done differently, to be honest. I was trying to figure out what would have been the best game plan. I'm surprised they went for the Masamida here. I would have expected them just to kill Dedra with the Sabine, and then we attack their Sabine with Masamida, and then they can use Tarkin Town. But the way it played out actually ended up working really nicely for us. Obviously, Overwhelming Barrage was absolutely amazing there. But even if we just had like Vice Admiral Rampart being ECL'd out, that would have been able to kill Sabine and give us an experience. I guess, yeah, I would have been able to give us experience token to the Dedra just because we had the Steadfast plus Overwhelming Barrage. We had Open Fire. We had Ruthless Raider next turn. Very, very solid start here. All right, into the next game, and honestly, this hand looks pretty good. I mean, Ozil's gonna do some work. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because they're gonna be able to use their actions here to get some value. I'm just gonna go Cyril Karn here as a start, and we're gonna do the mirror match here. I think, yeah, force choke. Sure. Force choke's actually not that bad at all for us. Let's just go with an arm to the teeth, I suppose. And I'm just going to go with the Grand Inquisitor. So my opponent, playing the control deck. Silly little Dedra control player. It's fine. That's the lame Dedra version, okay? We need to be aggro, okay? Oh, yeah, power of the dark side. Ooh, play the power of the dark side. I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna be going for that value, I suppose. Let's go with Masamita as the deploy here, or as the resource here. I'm gonna go with Vice Admiral Rampart. Am I gonna go for Vice Admiral Rampart? I am going to go for Vice Admiral Rampart. And the main reason I'm doing this is because I want to avoid Power of the Dark Side or anything like that. I want to deploy Dedra and then deploy Palpatine. I think I'll let them draw some cards here. I'm okay with them having a stronger Dedra because I have ECL. They can draw another card. I'm just going to get in for 2. My opponent has a million cards in hand. They're obviously going to do something with that. But here, I have so many different opportunities to ECL something out, which is they're all going to be good. Yeah, everything that I could possibly do here is going to be good. Ozil is obviously horrendous now. I think I just ECL out this Masamita. We're going to give experience token, ambush, kill the Dedra. This is just going to be kind of nice value here. Reveal. Give an experience token to Masamita. So they knocked out Dedra. That's fine. They're going to have a lot of cheap removal here. Okay, Power of the Dark Side, kill off Masamita, claim. I mean, Palpatine doesn't really do a whole lot at this point, right? So let's go Ozil. I think we're going to lose this game, and it's mainly because my opponent's just going to be removing all of our units, and it's a better game plan than what we're doing. We're trying to gather a little bit of value here. Even though we got some ECL value, since they drew so many cards, I mean, I could have gotten rid of the Rampart, but if I'd done that, I don't think we win. I think we just immediately lose. So let's go ahead and just immediately get an attack in. I will go ahead and reveal the 2 cards that I have before. It's going to be able to give us an experience token over on Ozil. I'm just going to get in the damage. They probably have a daring raid here, which is why I'm doing this. Just to deploy. Okay, I'm going to let them draw a card here. I'm completely happy with that. I'm going to go with a pride here as well, because I think my opponent's going to have to claim initiative here, or either claim initiative or play a unit. So I'm happy with that. Masamita looks actually pretty good. I mean, Palpatine looks pretty bad. And we'll see what my opponent's got. I mean, Rampart is doing work. Rampart's doing work, guys. A Sentinel, huh? What do I want to do here? So I can trade, obviously. Do I just go Masamita? Yeah, I think I do. Masamita getting some experience tokens over on units. I'm a little bit worried about Super Laser Blast. So we'll see what happens here. Pillage us. I mean, I think if they have Super Laser Blast, that's the only way they can come back in this game. So we'll see. They can draw another card. That's fine. Get in for 4. Pass. Pillage, obviously not a good card. Wow, Super Laser Blast. Who would have expected? Okay, let's go Ruthless Raider. My opponent with their little controlling shenanigans. Ooh, how fun. Unveiled my horrible draw. What an atrocious draw. Man, Palpatine would have been really good, but they happen to have the one resource Daring Ray, which was really, really strong up against what we had on board. So they had the Super Laser Blast. Wow, my opponent is playing control deck. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow, they're playing Super Laser Blast. This is crazy. No way. It's so many, there's so many times have I fought against wow, they don't have an answer. Oh wow. Yeah, they can make that deal 2 damage, I guess. I mean, I just claim. Wow, they don't have an answer. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm so like, there's so many control decks out. There's so many Vigilance Villainy. I've played against so many Vigilance Villainy decks. I am so used to it at this point. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But okay, Vigilance, they're gonna heal. Sure. We're gonna go Price, because if they attack, they're gonna attack base. GG. That was tough. Yeah. I've fought against so many control decks at this point. I'm like, oh wow, here's another Vigilance, here's another Super Laser Blast, here's another, like, every deck is so similar. I am so, you know, as a lot of people have experienced, you know, it is a little old. I'm curious how the format is going to be shaped up after Power of the Dark Side and like Daring Raid and Force Chokes. And I like if you look at this section of cards, literally every single one of these cards rotates out. Every single one of those cards rotates out. Fulminatrix obviously stays. But the idea behind this deck is basically gone in the next set. I mean, if you look at ours, actually, we're kind of all over the place. You know, we would lose Ruthless Raider, which would be a big hit. But you know, I'd be curious to see how Control shapes up in the future sets. It'll be interesting. But well fought to my opponent. I think their deck is like an interesting combination with Dedra. I'm just, you know, it's Power of the Dark Side Avengers Super Laser Blast. Like, I can't get too excited over getting Super Laser Blast. Let's be honest, guys. Alrighty, into the next game, and I think we found the true counter to our list here with the opponent's deck. This will be a fun one. Pillage could be good here. I'm gonna resource the Price and the Ruthless Raider, just because I think I'd rather have the Pillage in this matchup. And the Steadfast Battalion is going to look good, but this is a deck I was literally crafting just before I started recording the Dedra deck. I cannot wait to be playing the full mill out list. Now, this is going to be a very interesting deck to see what they have come up with. I am very curious. They've got Lobot here on turn number 1. Okay, let's just go with, I suppose we'll go with Pride. I don't really know. We'll see. I'm not really sure what to exactly expect out of our opponent here. They probably just have some removal. But, I mean, there's not a lot of good turn 2 removal here in Double Vigilance. Axe Woves. Interesting. Okay, I think what we do here is just play HK to start off. And then we will... Are they going to go, like, super... Yeah, let's just deal 2 to the Axe just to get rid of the shield token, I suppose. I mean, they're probably just going to draw a card is what I would expect. Let's see what my opponent decides to do here. I'm doing this because if I do it to light, then they can claim initiative. And not so if they pass here, I attack, obviously. They heal, which means I deal 2 damage to their base, but then I get pride as initiative, right? So, which seems pretty good to me, right? Yeah, they have to claim initiative, which is what I would have done as well. Unveiled Might will just resource that. So we have Dedra deploy here. I have Pillage, which looks pretty good. Honestly, I do like Pillage on this turn. We'll see what my opponent has. I mean, maybe they have some sort of upgrade for their cards here. All right, I think they could have takedown. Let's just go with a pillage on my opponent. Let's just see what they want to do afterwards. Make them discard 2 cards. We will have ECL Steadfast Battalion, which looks good. This Lobot, this Sentinel, is obnoxious. I love that, by the way. Great card. Any Sentinel here on turn 1 is just good. It's just good in this deck. I mean, just being able to heal it up and being obnoxious is good. But let's go with an attack with HK. And then we will see what to do as a follow-up. Again, I am worried about takedown. Takedown would be the card I'd be most worried about. So we'll see what my opponent does here. They're going to attack base. All right, we'll knock out Lobot then. Get in some damage. They got Duchess as champion. Okay, so we will deploy Dedra at this point. And then we're just going to get in for some damage into their base, right? 4 into the Duchess as champion. Another pillage. Ooh, that's interesting. Honestly, another pillage here would be good. I could knock out every card in their hand. I think I'm just going to do it. They could have a lot of plot cards, so that is something to consider, I suppose. I think I just got to go for the pillage, right? Yeah, we just got to go for the pillage. Just knock out my opponent's cards in hand. Luke, Darksaber would have been so dumb. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did that. Oh my gosh. Pillage is exceptionally good there. Wow. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, that would have been gross. Yeah, completely gross. Anyways, I like what my opponent's got going on. We're going to knock out the Duchess as champion. We're going to be able to kill the Axe, which is really nice. Get a damage into the base. And then we're going to have ECL Steadfast Battalion. We'll see if they decide to deploy Satine. I think deploying Satine is a little risky, just because they don't get the heals from any units that they draw. And then, of course, they have a 0-8, which doesn't have any combat power on the board, right? Which is really, really good for us. Waiting for our opponent. Okay, they're going to deploy Satine. They're going to restore a lot. We've got Grand Inquisitor, Cyril Karn. I think we're going to be going for one of these 3 plays. So I think I'll resource the Grand Inquisitors because it's more expensive. And I think I'll start with the HK attack into Satine and see where my opponent goes from here. I could potentially... Ooh, they have a really, really good card. Vigilance. So they're going to... Are they going to heal or shield? I would shield if I were them. I would shield. They're making us mill. Interesting. I mean, I think that's reasonable, I guess. Really, really solid pickup for our opponent, obviously. Palpatine is just a 3-resource 2/2 at this point, so obviously horrible. We're just going to resource that. There's not really, I mean, Steadfast Battalion is also way worse now. So Vigilance was an exceptional draw. Probably one of the best draws they could have had. So really good stuff for them. And I mean, Satine, Restore 4 is obnoxious, right? I mean, that Lobot just completely neutered our attack for the most part. And we'll see if we're going to be able to cut through this Satine. I mean, Darksaber is... Oh, well, this is actually really good for us. Yeah, we're going to be able to go Overwhelming Barrage and just Darksaber the Satine. And then they've got They've got a Chandrillin sponsor. We're going to go Cyril Karn here. I don't think I resource anything. Cyril Karn does have the HK and the open fire here, which is nice. They probably do knock out HK-47. Doom. I think I'm going to attack in for 2. I'd imagine they just attack the Chandrillin sponsor here, but we'll see what my opponent decides to do. Let's just deal 1 to the Chandrillin sponsor. And the reason I'm doing this is probably just going to take the damage and then heal it, which basically deals 2 damage to their base. So it's 1 resource, deal 2 to base, which is totally reasonable. And then we're just going to use Cyril Karn to attack the Chandrillin sponsor. And then when I reveal here, I'm going to be able to deal 2 to the Chandrillin sponsor regardless with the Cyril Karn because they have no cards to discard. So we attack, we reveal 2, boom, I get 2 damage into the Chandrillin sponsor, and then it's going to look pretty nice here. So we go 2 damage, can't discard, so I get the 2 damage. Wait, what? If you do, choose a unit. Deal 2 damage to that unit unless its controller discards a card from their hand. That should have killed the Chandrillin sponsor. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but okay. I'm just going to ECL out the Steadfast Battalion. This works out, I suppose. But yeah, that should have, right? I mean, I disclosed open fire HK, unless I misclicked. And then it's if you do choose a unit. So I chose the Chandrillin sponsor. Deal 2 damage to that unit unless its controller discards a card from their hand. Yeah, I should have killed the Chandrillin sponsor. Weird. Very weird. I love it. I love it. All right. We hit Doom. Honestly, I think I just attack, reveal these 2, the same ones I revealed before, make them discard, or we'll deal 2 damage to the Doom. I mean, I don't really care about killing off Doom at this point. We'll deal 2 damage to Doom, I guess, unless they discard, but they're probably just, I mean, they may not discard. We'll see. Okay, they're going to discard. Doom obviously does not do anything when you're in this style of deck. So they went with more of like a traditional game plan here. I can go 5 into base. Oh my gosh. We get to go open fire our own price to kill them. Oh, GG to my opponent. I was expecting them to go more. Honestly, when I was building this deck, I was going full meme style, which was like 100% only go for mill. I do think this is obviously the better way to build it, like a Mandalorian tribal deck. I think the healing 2 is really obnoxious, actually. Like, I think you could do some really cool stuff with just healing 2. Take, for example, Lobot and how devastating that card is on turn 1, or even better yet, like imagine if that was a Lothwolf. Oh my gosh, Lothwolf would have been disgusting. A 3/3 that just constantly would get healed and has Sentinel. I mean, that type of card would have been real scary. I do think the Darksaber is an amazing addition. So I'm excited to build this deck. To be honest, just having a 0/8 leader on 5 that, you know, also is able to heal up a bunch of stuff is really interesting. So cool stuff from our opponent. Alrighty, into the next game, and honestly, we're just gonna run it back. We are just going to run it back. Let's see what my opponent's got here. I'm going to probably resource one of the open fires and the HK, just because I want to go Pride turn 1 into, if they have a Sentinel, probably just open fire into HK plus dangerous action if not. But I'm probably just going to open fire turn 2. So we're just going to run it back. Rematch against the double blue Satine. Honestly, this is just kind of a fun matchup to see take place. Darksaber, probably the card that I have to worry about the most. I do think the Doom is an interesting addition as well. Anytime I'm playing double blue, I'm on the Doom plan as well, so I totally get it from my opponent. They've got the Restored Arc 170 here. Unveiled Might, probably just the resource. I think in this spot, what I will do is attack with Pride. They can deal indirect damage, and the thing is, if they take it onto their unit and then heal it, I'm basically doing damage to their base anyways, so I don't really care about that. And then I'll use Dedra's action to deal 2 to the restored arc. Or, in essence, 2 to their base, because they're probably just going to heal it. So let's go with HK. Just playing another unit here. I'm going to play out the HK first, just in case they do play a unit that can deal with my pride. Okay. Steadfast Battalion can knock out Grogu. I think we just claim here. Would have preferred to go Grand Inquisitor. Grogu's an interesting one. Grogu's a very interesting one. What do I want to do here? I mean, I think one of the Grand Inquisitors is going to go into the resource pile. I think here we will just start off by attacking with the HK. So obviously Grogu healing up all your units is really good. Also keeping Grogu alive is actually possible here, which I think is good. So I can go Unveiled Might on Dedra. I think I will just do that. So they could have like Rivals Fall here. Duchess's Champion. Interesting. I think I will just attack in with the Dedra here. Let's see how they want to distribute this damage. They're obnoxious right now. They're absolutely obnoxious. No doubt about it. Duchess's Champion. Grogu. I mean, this is just obnoxious. They're going to be able to distribute some damage around here. Overwhelming Barrage would be great. They're going to try to hit Dedra. Okay, we're going to let them deal. I'm going to deal some indirect damage to them. What do they want to do with it? They're going to do 2 on the restored arc. Are they going to heal up here? Okay, they're going to heal that one. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised on that. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. So if they take out Dedra, it's not great for us. But honestly, I mean, we have to get through this Duchess's Champion, and I got to get rid of the Grogu too. Grogu's kind of an obnoxious card here. It's doing some work. My opponent's got a deck here. They've got a deck. They're going to probably knock out Pride here, which is fine. Or are they going to hit the Dedra? I'd be surprised if they hit Dedra. They hit Dedra. All right, I think I ECL'd Steadfast just because if they kill off Dedra, Steadfast doesn't kill Grogu, which is going to be pretty important. So I do think I just ECL right now to make sure I can guarantee that play. I'm a little bit worried about the potential Darksaber here, but they would have to deploy Satine, and then we do get a free attack into Satine, which is going to be relevant. We're going to attack in for 2 here. And then we will get the Pride attack in. Honestly, this game's a little bit tricky. You know, lots of restoring for my opponent. The Duchess's Champion is just so obnoxiously tanky here. Grogu doing some work. I mean, this is an interesting deck. It's an interesting deck. I think you're going to go Doom. I just wouldn't even play the Restored Arc, to be honest. I'm just going all in on the Ground Arena. Wow, this is a fun one. This is a very fun one. They've got Graceful Purrgil. All right, let's attack in with the Pride. They can absorb some damage onto their Graceful Purrgil. It's fine. It's fine. They're going to claim initiative. We'll pass. We've got a lot of cards here. Not all of them great, to be honest. I'm really looking for like Overwhelming Barrage, Ruthless Raider, that type of effect, but we just don't have it. We'll see what they have for this Dedra. If they don't have anything for Dedra, I'm feeling pretty good about this, to be honest. Last game we fought, we double pillaged them, which means they had no cards in hand. So they have Vigilance here, so they're going to be able to defeat 3 or defeat heal 5, I suppose, if they want. Okay, so they do. Let's just go with an attacking with Pride then. Okay, and then let's go Ozzel Grand Inquisitor. They can keep stalling actions by just attacking here. That's fine. We're just going to deploy a big board here. I do have to be wary about my HP. But we do put on more pressure on our opponent than they put on us, which is important. Okay, we will attack Satine for 5 here. I'm going to claim because I want to be able to get rid of Satine here. Ooh, Vice Admiral Rampart's kind of interesting. Yeah, I want to get rid of Satine in case they have like Darksaber or something. I think that'd be real bad for us. They could have Luke's, which they could like Luke to kill Steadfast, which would be, you know, would be fine. It wouldn't be like incredibly powerful or anything like that. We would be able to open fire their Restored Arc, which is good. And then follow up with like a Vice Admiral Rampart. We've got options here. We've got options. We're definitely going to be killing the Satine. Satine's Restore 4. It literally negates the Steadfast Battalion for the most part. Come on, opponent. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let me get in the game. Let me get in the game. All right. Killed Sabine. Satine. I keep saying Sabine. Satine. Killed Satine. Waiting for my opponent to figure out what they would like to do. They probably have a Luke. There's their Luke. They killed Grand Inquisitor? I'm a little bit surprised about that one. But that's okay. That's okay. Do I open fire? I think I do. I think I open fire the Restored Arc here and then arm to the teeth the HK. And then go Pride plus Ozzel attack into Luke, which makes them discard. What did I put in the resource? Another Pride. So we attack, pump, attack, make them discard, and then attack. I should have attacked with the Pride first off. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered necessarily. Very, very close game here. All right, they discarded Lobot. Yeah, I mean, Lobot's not that great. Our hand isn't particularly great either. Maybe I'm going to resource one of the Death Marks. I still want more resources because I do have so many things to play. Like this turn, I can go Rampart, Death Mark, Cyril Karn. Death Mark isn't particularly great on this board, but, you know, we can get some value going somewhere, somehow, I imagine. This Purgle, just a 2/7 Sentinel, just bashing our face this whole game. All right, let's see what my opponent's got. Vigilance doesn't do anything right now. I mean, it heals and shields, but I'd be worried about them killing off our units. Let's see what my opponent's got here. Duchess's Champion. Okay. I mean, I think what I will do is just attack in. Let's just attack Duchess's Champion. I know it seems a little bit weird, but all my cards here really do benefit me from doing so. Like right now, I'm going to go Death Mark. And I'd like to play Vice Admiral Rampart and Cyril Karn. And I think if they had a way to kill the... That's awesome. See, this is what I was going to build around right here. That's kind of what my thought process was. All right, let's... We can mill them out. I forgot that this does both sides of the board. That's awesome. All right, let's go Cyril Karn, Vice Admiral Rampart, pass. Another Steadfast Battalion. I mean, I'm going to resource the HK. I like having multiple command units for this Vice Admiral Rampart. We do have Cyril Karn as an official. Masamita would technically be another official that comes down onto the board. Are they going to try to mill us out? Can they do that? Is that legal? I don't even know. I should probably... Bo-Katan? Oh my gosh, we just got destroyed, guys. That was an annihilation. That was amazing. Good for my opponent. They're going to be able to get some experience tokens on Satine. Is that GG? I don't think we can win at that point. That is awesome. Wow. Bo-Katan doing some work here. Just so happens we have a bunch of 3, toughness units. I didn't even think about Bo-Katan. But now Vice Admiral Rampart is looking a little sketchy here. I'm gonna pump him up for sure, at least to keep him alive. But it doesn't really help because like he can't give more experience to stuff. I don't know. This is bad. Are they milling us? Oh, come on now. I thought you were gonna mill us. All right, well, it's GG because I have no answer to the Bo-Katan. That was a fun game. I thought they were gonna mill us. They're ending the game. Yeah, Bo-Katan just came in and wiped the board. Really cool stuff from them. That was a fun game. GG. All right, so what did we learn with Dedra here? We did some work. There were some fun games for sure. The Serial Karn has been amazing. Pride's obviously good. I do think the Palpatine plus the Daedrax on the Dedra deploy ended up being just absolutely excellent. The little minor official theme with Rampart, Masamida ended up working pretty well. We even got to see some value from Unveiled Might. Pillage always does some work in various different games. The only card we really didn't get to see in any of these games was Agent Callus. It just never really fit the overall game plan at any given point. I mean, Ryloth Militia also never really came out, but it was just another 2-drop in case we really, kind of got unlucky. I guess we didn't really see Grand Inquisitor either, just because it died, or it was just, not as good as like the 3-drop plus 1-drop. So there was a couple of cards in here that you could definitely make some swap outs for. Honestly, the Vice Admiral Rampart I am a big fan of. I'm really curious if we're going to see more powerful official early plays. Like Pride is obviously great in this deck. It is an official as well. But for example, exchanging this Ryloth Militia or another 3-drop here, instead of playing, Grand Inquisitor, for example, playing another official unit and then going all in truly on, the Rampart and the Masamida and that type of stuff, and really going in on the official strategy. Since Dedra is an official, I'm really curious to see what we're gonna have in the rest of set 6 to make this even better than it already is. And I'm sure when I release this video, we're even gonna have more cards out in the open to be able to play with. So I think that's going to be exciting. But anyways, I had some fun. We did some major damage here. The 4 deploy leader getting in 4 damage was incredible. It is good. And an energy conversion lab plus some stuff going on is nice. I did like winning the game with Arinda Price a couple of those times. Open firing our own Arinda Price is awesome. That was a fun little, play that we can do. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the card I've been most impressed with in general of this set so far has been Palpatine, just deploying a bunch of units on the board. I think there are some decks that it's really good against and some decks that are really bad against. But some of these plot cards are really powerful, and I do think Palpatine's one of them. Creating 3 bodies is just a lot to deal with. And against some decks, that are dealing with the power of the dark side, the force throw, like those types of cards where it's like 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1, it can kind of be hard to come back in the game. So that said, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.